So we were describing there some pretty tough conditions for Greece right now, both in terms of the economy and a loss of confidence, deteriorating sentiment on financial markets as well. With these conditions in place, how difficult is it going to be to try and convince investors that this is the place to put your cash?
That's a good question. I think Greece is running now a tough time, and we have been running this tough time for quite a long time. I think that there's some things that need to be in the attention of the investors. We have a long way to go as a country in order to overcome the financial crisis. But I think we have some good reserves and assets that can help us overcome this crisis.
And from the investors that you have been meeting and speaking to, what is the sentiment out there? How do they view Greece? I mean, do you feel this overwhelming bearish negative sentiment, or is there some recognition, some acknowledgement that there could be some opportunities here as well?
I think the attention that this let's say summit of the stock exchange and the companies here in Bloomberg looks is that people understand that there's a lot of opportunities. The companies listed in the stock exchange are very cheap now, so there is an opportunity definitely. Now, how risky is this to invest in these opportunities is a question to be answered. Personally, I think that the risk is not as big as it is foreseen from the media. Greece will run a tough process. I think there is a commitment from the political government of Greece. And you have to understand something, that Greece is running a difficult time because we have a big, fat public sector. On the contrary, we have a good but small, in analogous, private sector. We're increasing exports now, very much.
What do you say to investors, though, who are concerned about the bloated public sector not being shrunk down or sliced down fast enough?
It's not shrinking as fast as it should be, but it will definitely happen in time. And on the other side, we have a good private sector, which we have accomplished a lot of things internationally, or in the region, most of the companies. So we have a bigger market than Greece.
So that's interesting. So a company like yours, the world's second biggest provider of services technology to gambling companies, are you focusing now increasingly not just outside of Greece, but outside of Europe as a whole?
We are focusing on all continents, but I think Europe now is a very good market for us on opportunities, because in our sector there's a lot of liberalization and opening of the markets, so it is a good opportunities to invest in this sector. The problem is the financing. If the people are convinced to invest money on us, then they will make good returns on investments in a short and medium term. So I think this is the problem of Greece. If we convince the people to invest, and the financial sector to put the money in privatizations and in the companies, then definitely they will have a very good return.
How difficult is that going to be when you've already had 3 years of recession and another year is expected? Many analysts are saying next year Greece will be in recession as well. So if anything, the risks are rising.
I think this is a correct question, but I think that the answer to that is not a simple thing of a banking approach. It has to be an investment approach, which means that the people have to understand what is the opportunities and the risks associated. What I'm saying is that I believe that Greece has the abilities and the assets to overcome the crisis. Now there's always a risk which relates with political environment and also with factors that are not related exactly with Greece, which what I mean is Europe.
Are they a problem? Is the pressure coming from Europe as a whole to make spending cuts to bring down the budget deficit? Is that having a knock-on effect on growth and investment that is adverse, shall we say?
There is no doubt that the Eurozone is facing a problem as a whole. On the debt issue, the public debt issue is a European problem. It's not a Greek-only problem. We have the worst case, but we're not the only one. So I think the prices have gone down dramatically, and if somebody foresees that this is not going to be a catastrophic scenario, I think this is going to be a good opportunity to invest.
Well, it's good to get a different take, a different perspective on Greece. Thank you very much for coming in, Constantinos Antonopoulos.